Yeah, I told you part two. Went 12, so this seems to be a little bit longer. However long this goes, it will go. Um, I used to be so long-winded. I don't know if I, really gone into deep my past. I used to preach and teach for many, many years, decades. I did. Established some church, but here's the difference. It was coming out of the church, but still I started as I'm growing. I was still had the association of it. It was a metaphysical teaching that I was doing, and those who were coming out of the standardized church of tradition and dogma, they were coming into metaphysical. I had connected to that, around the United States, actually, those kind of teachings. In the back in the day, they called them kingdom teachings. I was introduced to them in the early 90s when I was in my 30s. A lot of these older gentlemen that were in it were actually anywhere from 50, 60, even 70 years old. Um, and I noticed that as I was growing within that ranks, that some would not grow in that ranks, and I would kind of be released. And I have to go somewhere because it was like I graduated that class. Because you just keep growing, you keep elevating, right? And through that, a long time doing it, but it was 2012 when I really, 13, when I really elevated. Notice that date when you start thinking about the Mayan calendar, right? But it was the beginning of the ending of an age, and there's a change going on in 2012. If anybody knows and has participated, you went through it too. And that's to you. Anybody who's open and saying, I get what you're saying, I don't fully understand, but I like it, I feel it. Man, hit me up, tap it, and come in. I'll send you some other stuff to be where you're at so you can raise. And if you're with me, appreciate you. I'm just really appreciating the unity that I'm starting to see and feel and know how much of energy and power we really have in diligence, freedom, right? Free. And don't lock yourself down in being dumb, like free dumb. Don't be dumb, but have that above that freedom is that being free is there, right? And also your power, because that's why all the hijacking is going on. It's really energy vampiring. It's been going on for a long time. I'm just calling that which is because, guys, it's known. We see you clearly in this new age. A bunch of us see you, and the fall's coming, and you know it. That's why there's a lot of scattering and stuff. I think it's definitely a fall. And but anyways, elevate yourself. Work on yourself. If that means, besides all that, you know what I was hugely raised in athletics and sports. Hugely. Since I was a boy. I mean, from the early 70s, before even the middle 70s, started being attracted to sports. Started playing them at a young age, second, third, fourth grade. And a big part of my life. Family was really pushed. But the last so many years, I've kind of just detached even from that. Hear what I'm saying? And you're like, wow. Well, I started seeing the reality of it and what it was doing and time. I even see it as being a waste of time now. Hear what I'm saying? I said that like at 322. Anybody knows that number decoding in gematria and know about a little bone group, right? Pirate group, having that. But anyways, the numbers associated with it, that's what I'm saying. I've seen it in 322. Some things are organic, some things are hijacked, they're inorganic. And that's what I'm really seeing, the organic connection to nature, to yourself. You're just fully equipped. We've been held back by not knowing us ourselves because we played such an outside game of volleyball, and we've been actually programmed to play an outside game of volleyball. I can go into a lot, which I know definitely see the system of the down. Yeah. But your process is connected. You really are. And it's important that you know and realize that and start activating it. You guys know me, right? I've always talked about being activated the last so many years, right? Videos. It's a big thing. Start activating yourself. You're activating your intuition. You're activating a lot of things that you have capabilities to that you'd be like, what? They'll even show you in series on Netflix that these things are there, but they made it sci-fi. I'm telling you, it's not sci-fi. Science fiction? When does science have a fiction? Unless it's all fiction. Ooh. Ooh. Come on now. That's the awakening. Start where we're at, what we're doing, what was our purpose. What's our karma and dharma, right? What's your purpose? What's your teacher do to help you, go through that, to elevate you? A lot of things have really recently just bam, 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 in order, just like knowing this, knowing this, knowing this, and then putting it into work. And I'm seeing such a jump. And I know it's time, because this isn't time to play around when you look outside of yourself and you playing the outside game. Now many will put their head in the ground like an ostrich and think they're hiding so they don't see it. Or that, it's like that movie a long time, A Few Good Men. Well, one of the big statements in everybody, seen in Hollywood, but we took notice, was what? You can't handle the truth. And many can't. It's a hard thing to deal with the truth. But are you ready to endure that hardness? Because it's one thing, it can be a curse and it can be a blessing. But I'm telling you, tap it in. You're abundant. When everything's telling you, oh, you're scarcity, or we have less of this, that's a game being ran. Trumpet. And I mean, you trumpet. I'm not talking about using that guy. I'm talking about you trumpet. You got the connection. We got a connection of unity that is really connected. I love it. So take that energy, learn to use it, but protect it. Be the watchman on your wall, protecting. So this was part 2. I don't even know what I'm going to name it. When you see this, you'll know the name because it will be right there. But I'm talking about real stuff. Not nothing that's not real and applicable. It is. If you're in the frequency, because that's one thing I had to really hit me the last thing, instead of looking at people who don't understand, is I just really realized if you're not in a certain frequency, you can't receive. You'll receive in the frequency that you're on. And if I'm giving you frequency that's way above your bandwidth at this time, you can't receive it. The word is you're unable to receive it unless there's a turn on or an activation. And then there's a process, but I don't believe the processes are going to be and needed to be as long as they were. For somebody my age who's been dealing with this activation for nearly 30, when I see younger people that are activated and they're in their 30s and stuff, and they're bringing some good stuff, and I'm going to shout out to guys I like to watch. And I'm talking about, I definitely watch Sivan Bomar, and I definitely watch Brother Sanchez. I like them both. They bring some stuff that's I see, and it uplifts me. It's not like, oh, okay, I know that done. It seems like they always bring stuff that keep me still horizoning with them, and I dig that, man, because I have not always found it. There was always the end of the class through my life probably till 2014. I started running into some of these cats like that. I appreciate it. And that's why the wholeness, and just appreciate people that are on that harmonizing to next level. And you got to be the watchman on your tower. All right. You guys have a great day. I will hit you. I will definitely put these out soon. And when you see it, they're out. But enjoy.